about the research excellence. Joining us today, we have Shilpa Sree, who has triumphed in international journal publishing. And she will be sharing her project details as well as her overall experience of working on a project with everyone so that you use her as a source of motivation. So, good evening, all, and good evening, Shilpa. Welcome.
Very good evening. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining, Shilpa. So, Shilpa, let's get into our discussion. Now, let's talk about the project. Let's understand the business understanding phase of your project.
Yeah. Actually, the business problem was to create news articles that we need to create from old articles using text summarization, which means we had to scrape data from various news websites and we need to combine them and we need to summarize those news articles using text summarization. And the business objective was to minimize the time taken and reduce the manual effort. And business constraint was to minimize the manual intervention. And going to the business success criteria, we have business success criteria, which was to reduce the time taken by at least 10%. And the machine learning success criteria was to achieve an accuracy of more than 96%. And our economic success criteria was to achieve a cost saving of at least $1 million. That was the overall business problem and constraints and success criteria we have decided initially.
So here, we're not dealing with your traditional tabular data. We're dealing with text, which is unstructured in nature. So
Yes.
can you just give us a few details about what kind of data were you using in this project?
Yeah. The data which we used was actually news articles. Initially, in the first phase, what we have done, we have scraped data from various news websites. Here in this architecture diagram, we can see news articles. We have initially selected a few news websites from which we can scrape data. Then we scrape the data using the tool scraping. That is a tool which we can use for scraping. Then that scrape data was in the format of CSV. We have converted it into a format of CSV where we had two columns. One was the title of the news and second column was the content. That was the format of data. After scraping, we save those data into our local machine and do S3 bucket as well. Yeah, that was about the data. And in the web interface, we have given an option for the users to select the newspapers they want. We have given an option of 3-4 news websites. If whichever news website the user want to select, they can select only that website or a combination of 2-3 websites. Then they can scrape the data accordingly. Yeah, that was about the data.
What about the model building part?
Yeah. Then after scraping the data, we have passed. We had to do some pre-processing because it was text data, right? So we have done the data pre-processing. We have done tokenization, lemmatization, stemming, stop word removal. All these process using some Python libraries like text blob and NLTK. And once after doing all this, the data became clean, and then we moved the data to our models. We have used pre-trained models, mainly transformer models like T5, then BART, then one more Pegasus. We have tried with all these different models. And the model which was giving the best result as required result, desired result, we selected as the final model. And we deployed the one that final best model we deployed, and the results we stored to S3 bucket, Amazon S3 bucket.
Okay. So, Shilpa, let's move away from all the technical details, etc. Right? Let's talk about the research paper itself. What was your experience like when you were working on the research paper?
Yeah, it was like I was in a fresher into the field of data science. As a fresher, it was a great opportunity for me to work on an international journal and publish an article. It was a great opportunity that 360 DGTMG provided me. I'm so happy for that, and I'm very thankful to 360 DGTMG as well as my project team members for giving me such an opportunity. And when we work on a project, it will be like a end to end. We will be working on a live project, which we'll be working from the one end to end project. So it gives us a lot of knowledge. Like since it was an AI project, it I am sure that it will be a value addition to my career, as well as working on an international journal like this will add a lot of values to my resume. Yeah, I'm so happy for that.
What were some of the difficulties that you faced, and how did you overcome those difficulties? What were some of the challenges you faced while writing the
Yeah,
paper?
definitely. We had some challenges while doing the project as well, and while writing the research paper as well. And when doing the project, the first thing we faced was on data collection and combining those data, because it was text data. So it was very difficult to collect data from scrape data from various websites, and all the websites were not allowing us to scrape the data. So, and once after scraping also, it was difficult to combine all those data into one single file. That is that was the most challenging task I felt. And second thing was we have used large language models here. So it was like it was consuming a lot of memory as well. So sometimes it was taking a lot of time for this summarization to complete. It was another challenge we faced. And while writing the research article, we had some issue of it was very challenging to complete the work on time, on the given time limit. And to convert our project work into a paper which meets all the standards of an international journal was another quite challenging task.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much, Shilpa, for joining in and sharing your experience with us.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
thank you everyone for joining as well, people who have joined and tuned in for the session. And please do follow us on our socials, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn for further such amazing